Yo, what is up, my squad? The other day I was poking around on StockX and I had the idea for this video. Now, I'm hoping to turn this into a series, so let me know down in the comments if you like what you're about to see. One last thing, we're almost at 50k, so hit that like button, share the video, subscribe if you're new. Now let's get into when Hypebeasting goes wrong, the Adidas edition. It's only right we start with the Adidas Yeezy Calabasas, because this pair right here is what gave me the idea to create this series. The pair dropped not too long ago for $110, and it restocked shortly after, and although I think the shoe is dope, the hype was beyond insane. We're gonna use my dude here as a metaphorical example of how the shit went down, because you see, he struck out on the pair, but was quick to get on his BMX bike to cop resell. For the purpose of this video, I'll be looking at size 11 across the board to give an accurate depiction. Looking at StockX, the last pair sold for $170 with the highest bid currently at $156. That's a fair price, but if we look at the 52-week numbers, the highest price paid was $1,000. You know who paid that $1,000? Our dude on the bike, and this is what happened. Because he was hypebeasting and had to have a pair, he overpaid by about 7 times what they're going for today, so he drove his face into a sign. Our friend Tony here has made a few errors, some big, some small, but let's start with his first mistake. Tony's a hypebeast, and what hypebeasts love are collaborations like the Sneakers and Stuff, Social Status, Adidas Consortium, Ultra Boost. The shoe is dope, and they dropped back in February, but Tony really liked the fact that they were hyped. So he went online and bought a pair. They're currently running around the $390 mark, but because Tony was impatient, he paid the 52-week high of $548. That's almost $170 above the 52-week low, which is the retail price of another pair he could have bought. Like I mentioned, this was a small mistake, but it's still $170, and when he heard he overpaid, he wasn't very happy, but it was his first mistake, and he definitely wouldn't be making it again. So, Tony went back to the crib, he watched my video about the Adidas Datamosh release. The Datamosh was cool, taking video and audio and turning that into a pattern on the upper, and shit, one thing hypebeasts really love are exclusives, and this was an exclusive release to Sneakers and Stuff. He tried on release day on May 12th, he failed of course, so because Tony absolutely needed this pair, he went out and paid resell. Retail was $180, the last sale was $320, with the current high bid sitting at $305. But that's not what Tony paid. He paid the 52-week high of $575. And when Tony found out that the lowest price in the last 52 weeks was $315, well, that's another $260 he overpaid, bringing his wasted money to $430. And as you could tell here, he got a little weak in the knees. Unfortunately for Tony, that wasn't his last mistake. He made one more. One thing hypebeasts love are Yeezys. Hell, I love them as well, but I refuse to pay some of these crazy prices. The Adidas Yeezy 350 version 2. We all know it's damn near impossible to pick up a pair on release day, and when the 350s dropped in a black and white colorway on December 17th for $220, Tony didn't have a bot and he struck out. But we all know Tony needed these shoes right away, so he did what he always does and he paid resell. And well, you know how this goes. Tony paid the 52-week high of $1,032, and when he found out that the 52-week low was $432, it was the straw that broke the camel's back. Tony overpaid by $600. If you learn anything from Tony, don't be a hype beast. Some of you watching this might not care about $600, but that's a good amount of cash to burn. So lesson here, don't be a Tony. Enough picking on Tony, and in a second we're going to look at our friend Felipe from Cuba, who struck out on the Yeezy 350 version 2 Core Black Green. These dropped alongside the red and copper pairs, and at the time were the easiest pair to pick up. When I say easy, I'm not saying it was easy, cause bots, backdooring, and general fuckery stopped most people from getting their hands on them, but they were the biggest release up until that point. Felipe, well, he was excited when he picked his up for resale. Felipe was so damn excited, he was ready to do a backflip to show his fellow hypebeasts just how dope his pickup was. The problem here was Felipe paid the 52-week high of $1,116, and when he found out that the low was $425, he lost his concentration and fucked up his face. The problem here was Felipe paid the 52-week high of $1,116, and when he found out that the low was $425, he lost his concentration and fucked up his face. It wasn't just his face though, it was his ribs and bank account. Lesson here, don't smash your face in gravel. You know what hypebeasts like? RONNIE FIEG. I mean, why wouldn't they? He's been grinding for a while now, and almost every collab he puts out is straight fire. Like, take these, the Kith Adidas Ultra Boost Mid Aspen. This was the first time we saw the Ultra Boost in a mid silhouette. The multicolor upper was dope, the cage was removed and replaced with 3-stripe branding on the side panel, and they were limited. They dropped on December 23rd for $220, and our friend Vladimir from Russia struck out and decided he was going to pay resell. His friends tried to warn him in overpaying, but Vlad, I like to call him Vlad, is stubborn and paid the 52-week high of $1,542. The low was $450, well, Vlad, he took a bump on the head for his bad decision to overpay by about $1,100. The lesson here, listen to your friends and don't be a hypebeast. When you get the chance to buy a friends and family pair or something extremely limited and cool like these Adidas 3D Ultra Boost Triple Black, you have to take it, and that's what our friend in purple did. He paid resale, of course, because he wanted to stunt on the gram, but that's not always a good idea. So he went online, and when we take a look at the last sale, we see a price of $1,750, which is a good chunk of change. And that's what our friend in purple paid. Well, no, he didn't, but he was excited. He actually paid the 52-week high of $3,071. So when he found out someone had purchased a pair for $1,000, well, you know how this goes. He didn't quite exactly land on his feet. If we take a closer look, you might even be able to spot the second he realized he fucked up. And if you look closely, that second is right now. Oops. Not every mistake has to be colossal. The point I'm trying to make throughout the video is that don't think that you absolutely need a pair of shoes. Every pair we looked at is dope, and I get why they're hyped and why people pay resell, but just chill. Take these Adidas NMD R1 Blackout. I remember when these dropped. I wanted them, I failed, I caught the L, I moved on, and I never looked back. Some people paid $369, while the patient folks got them for $170. You know who wasn't patient? Miguel. You see, Miguel works hard for his money, and it felt like he got kicked in the teeth when he realized that he wasted $200. Remember when Triple Black Ultra Boost first came out? Everybody thought they were cold and wanted a pair. So did Pierre, the gymnast. You know what was cold? His face, after he landed on the snow-covered frozen ground. Look at him. Pierre regrets paying resell. You want to know why? Because Adidas made them limited. Because that's how Adidas is playing the consumer, putting out a ton of colorways but in limited quantities. So what Pierre the gymnast didn't realize was this game they were playing. And as more colorways dropped, including other Triple Black Ultra Boosts, the price also dropped. Pierre paid $777, but the cheapest pair sold was only $260. How can you go wrong buying the Adidas NMD R1 OG? You can't. It was the first colorway of the model to release, and it will always hold its value. Now, whose dude is this up on screen? Because he bought a pair, and he was stoked to show his wife on his honeymoon how fresh he could really be. And I'm going to stop the video here. Black prime knit, white boost, red and blue EVA inserts. The shoe is perfect, and its last sale came in at $325, with the current high bid sitting at $230. But unfortunately for Mr. Wedding Guy, he paid the 52-week high of $1,275. And when his wife found out that the low was $207, well, she canceled the honeymoon, she divorced him, she banged the best man. Lesson here? Well, I don't know, but it sucks for this guy. I don't want the ladies to feel left out of this video because y'all are guilty of this hypebeast shit yourselves. Let's talk about Michelle and how badly she needed the Adidas NMD R1 BAPE collaboration. This shoe was dope. Absolutely. And if you ask me my opinion, it's probably the nicest NMD to release to date, but I'm not paying that stupid resell. If you ask Michelle, it's the nicest to drop to date, and she will pay the resell. The last sale was $1,300 and the current bid is $1,100, but it wouldn't be in this video if it was a good news story because Michelle paid the high price of $2,562. So she put on her new BAPE NMDs, she went to go do some hardcore parkour and fucked up her face. Now she doesn't have the money to buy a new set of teeth or fix her broken nose after fucking it up. Poor Michelle. Next, we're going to take a look at Becky. Becky was cute and she looked good in a bikini, but Becky loved the Kardashians. And because she got the hypebeast deep within her, she absolutely needed those cute white Kanye West shoes. She was referring to the Adidas Yeezy 350 version 2 cream white. She's right, they're dope. A lot of people agreed, and like all Kanye releases, they sold out in seconds, and poor Becky missed out. But Becky doesn't take no for an answer. Becky gets whatever Becky wants. So she went out and bought them online for resale. The last sale was $425, the highest bid currently is $421, but Becky's pair was $1,350. When people told her she's crazy, she didn't care, she bought them anyway, put on her pool outfit with her white Yeezys, and hit up the pool party. Becky overpaid by about $925, and cute Becky, she broke her face. But hey, she still got cute shoes. I want you to watch this video of Doug and his friend Billy. Billy calls himself Doug's friend, so why did Billy kick the ball in Doug's face? That's what I want to know. And that's kind of the same thing he did when he told Billy that he has to buy the black copper 350s. These released alongside the green pair that we looked at earlier and the black and red pair. And the theme of this video should be obvious now. Doug bought the pair because Billy said they would only go up in value, and he paid $1,116. The 52-week low was $430. Hey Billy, you might as well kick another ball at Doug's face. Here's Brenda. Look how happy she is that she got the Datamosh for the 52-week high of $800. Look how happy she looks. Ouch, that looked like that hurt, am I right? Well, you want to know why she looks that way? Because she too is a hypebeast who needed the limited sneakers and stuff exclusive. She needed them, and she got them for $800. I personally don't like the shoe, I think it's ugly, but hey, if you want them, you don't have to pay $800 like Brenda. You could pay $346 instead. Or you could wait, they might go down even more. And last we have the Adidas Yeezy Zebra, probably a top 2 colorway of the 350 model, and I missed out on them when they originally released. So did this guy. Shortly after they dropped though, I did tell you all that they were gonna restock. This guy didn't watch my videos. And instead of watching my videos, he was busy flipping around in a gym, smashing his head on walls, kinda like this. Had he paid attention to the fact that a restock was going to happen, he might not have been so quick to pay resell. But hypebeasts do what hypebeasts do, and he bought them for the 52-week high of $1,850. Well, I guess he fucked up, because now he can pick them up for around the $550 mark. And that does it for today's video, everyone. If you enjoyed it, and I hope you did, hit that like button. If you're new around here, subscribe, join the squad. If you have something to say, leave it in the comments below. And I'm out.